money for your selection. Your card could not be read. Swipe your card again or try another card.
Change the name of the podcast. We've changed it because I don't know. We're just going in a different direction, semantically. So today, I want to wish everybody a good day, a happy day. Hope you're having a good weekend. There's a lot going on. I'm really not going to talk about the current situations. I want to talk about some other things. I want to talk about something that happened to me this couple days ago. And then I'll get into the lesson behind this, because there's a lesson behind this. So, I was going to the store, minding my own business, going to the store. It's very tense these days. It's very kind of tumultuous when you're out in public. And a lot of people say, well, maybe, you shouldn't be walking, so late at night. But that's my ritual. Like, that's what I do. I walk late at night. I like to walk at night. I like to diffuse the tensions from earlier in the day, so I walk. Okay. So I'm walking to the store. I go to the store. I come out of the store. I'm tired, so I sit down on a bus stop. Okay. Now, in different neighborhoods, universally they call this, I was slipping. So I was slipping. I took my attention off of my environment because I was too comfortable. So I'm sitting there, I'm focused on the drink I had in my hands. Okay. And on the bus stop in Long Beach, North Long Beach. There's a red flag right there. And fixing my drink, and all of a sudden I see two, they look like teenagers, but they could have been older than teenagers. They could have been, it's hard to tell a teenager these days. Many times, 16-year-olds look like 21-year-olds. I mean, the man or woman build really doesn't come in until 24, 25. So everybody looks like a kid. So, I'm looking behind over my shoulder. It's dark. And I just see these two youthful individuals walking, fast towards me. So my natural inclination is that they are just trying to get by. Teenagers walk fast for some reason. They're in a hurry to get somewhere. I guess they were in a hurry to get to their Xbox. In my mind, I didn't think they were any threat. Boom, mistake. So I'm sitting there, and I turn around, and I jump. Oh, you guys scared me. So, and I thought that was going to be it. I thought it was just going to be, you scared me. I thought that's what it was. But then one of them, and they were wearing hoods, and they were wearing the COVID masks, I guess, or robbery masks. It's the same, Antifa masks. It's all the same nowadays. So I'm sitting there, and they come up, and the one in front tells me, hey, give me your earbuds. Give me all your stuff. And I was like, whoa. Like, you want all my stuff? You want all my stuff? Like, that's bold. Because, I probably outweighed him by 50 pounds. I mean, he was a little guy. He's about 6 foot, but a little guy. So, but his hands were in his pockets. And then I thought I saw a car out of the corner of my eyes, and I see another guy behind him. So I'm figuring to myself, man, this is not good. So we all have a fight or flight reaction as human beings. So I thought my best recourse would be flight. I thought I would run and get into a better space to defend myself, or get into a better space where I could possibly, it'd be advantageous. So if, if I had to get stabbed or killed or something, at least there's video cameras to catch my killers. Get in a lighted spot. Here's what you do. If you find yourself in a precarious situation, at least get in a spot where the police can solve your crime. Give them some hints. You're about to go down, be in front of a camera, let there be witnesses there. Don't get killed in a dark alley. Don't get mugged in a dark street. At least give the authorities some kind of opportunity to solve your crime. It might even be a cold case. But I'm not going down today by these little skinny troublemakers. So I ran across the street. I hesitated to call the police because of the present situation of today. But I did. Now, why did I call the police? I called the police so they didn't do it to anybody else. Because I'd be I'd be horrified to hear that 5 minutes later, maybe a family of two was murdered by maybe some robbery suspects that I could have prevented. So, but here's the major thing I want to teach out of this, okay? Because this is what catches everybody, okay? Now, when I saw the two individuals standing before me and they asked me for my stuff, or the one individual, and I knew he was shorter than me, smaller than me, but ego is the main killer of men. That's what takes a lot of guys down is your ego. You're thinking, oh, this guy's not going to take from me, or oh, this guy's not going to do this, or this person's not going to do this. It's ego. Ego is, I think, a residual of pride, I would say. Pride and ego. Pride before the fall. So, but then, and here's what the lesson of ego is. You know, sometimes you have to humble that ego. That ego can really lead to your detriment. Okay? Let's just look at it logically. Okay, just say logically I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to listen to my ego. Because my ego's like, man, you can't let that guy do that. Okay, so let's just say on that particular night, I chose that to be the hill that I'm going to fight on. Okay, so say he had a knife. Okay, even if he slashes me and, okay, so an ambulance is what? $600? An ambulance is $600. Okay. You have to wait in an emergency room. And if you're in an inner city emergency room, that emergency room, probably you're going to be there for a good 2 hours. Okay. Then you're going to get your stitches done. Okay. Now, if they find out you were stabbed or you were punched or shot, they have to report it to the police. Right away, they have to report it to the police. Now, that's a police report. Now, you're going to have to talk to some police officers. Okay, that's more time. Okay. You're also going to get billed from the emergency room. Nothing's for free. You know, unless you have insurance, you know, you're going to get billed. So let's just say stitches. Last time I got stitches for something that happened was about $600. So that's $1,200. That's $1,200 out of your pocket, at least 6 hours. 6 hours out of your night. Because you wanted to be the protagonist in a hip-hop song. You wanted to be a tough guy. You wanted to be a rough rider. Now, today, man, logic has to really overcome emotion. Too many people rule their lives over hip-hop songs or fictitious situations that aren't even real. Okay? You can't believe what everybody's telling you or selling you. You have to, it's your own life, man. So, just as a lesson of today and a lesson I hope to pass on through this podcast, ego is your worst enemy. And pride is not a good thing. Pride is your downfall. But you learn these things later on in life when, sort of like the world seasons you. So I remember from that night, what did I learn from that night? Okay. What's more important to you? Your health, your financial standing, your mental well-being, or you thinking, hey, I'm not going to let these guys rob me. Or I'm not letting these guys think I'm a punk. I mean, nobody can think you're a punk if you're not a punk, you know. It's a human reaction, fight or flight, you know. So after that night, I learned, and I thought it was a very important message I'd like to pass on through my podcast. And this is the sort of first visual podcast I'm doing, me and my producer Chris right here, that we're doing. So, pride before the fall, ego. Because so many times in society as men, we're made to believe you're supposed to be this rough, tough fighter, you know, and you know those guys probably watched the hip hop video and say, "Hey, let's go rob somebody. I just heard it on 50 Cent song. And, hey, Pop Smoke is talking about Jack Boys. Let's go be Jack." Because they were bad thieves. Number one, they were bad thieves. You want my earbuds? Is that what you want? Is my earbuds? You stop me doing a felony to get my earbuds. Number two, you don't even know who I am. You know, you're willing to die over earbuds. Number two, you know, you're a young strapping guy, man. You probably run a 4.2. Look like a football wide receiver, maybe. Maybe he wasn't good enough to make the team. Probably not. Well, you couldn't catch me. And why'd you stop running? I was in a parking lot. They could have got me in a parking lot. So these bad thieves, man. Hey, listen, I'm not going to say everybody in Long Beach, California is a bad thief, but my occasion so far, New Jersey would have got me. Philly, they probably would have got me. I'm not going to say they would have took a lot, but yeah, they would have probably got me. But I live another day, and another day I live to tell everybody. Let me get back on this. Oh, there we go. It's still going. Okay, I live to tell everybody, ego is not your best friend. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, man. Humility. Remember, in the end of the day, it's all about surviving, and it's all about keeping the money in your pocket. Remember, you have people looking for you. You got your mom, you got your father, you got kids maybe, a brother and sister. So think before you let that ego jump out. Is it really worth it? And what's it really worth to you? Like, what is your life really worth? What are you really worth? Look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what am I really worth? And don't get all caught up in this fictitious drama from these songs or these movies or, man, they're just movies. They're in the songs and they're written by people who don't even live those lives. So, yo, this is Jude out. This is the wash because I'm hoping to maybe go against that brainwashing that the media is doing. Maybe not. If you like what I said, click like. If you don't like it, go ahead, comment in the comments. I'm always happy to hear comments. Maybe like my hat, maybe like my style, maybe not, But anyway, this Jude plus the wash, and today I'm going to call today's podcast Ego. Let your ego go. All right.